best friend, kicked me out because his girlfriend of 7 months told him to. But I came back after realizing my rights as a tenant. He wants to break up with her. So I 21F have been friends with 21 meters Mike. Fake name for 16 years. We became friends officially in kindergarten, but our parents were college friends. I honestly can't even call him a best friend. He's like a sibling, and in a way, we were raised as siblings. Group family holidays, sleepovers, family vacations on both sides. At one point, we even all lived together for a year. I'm saying this because I know some people will ask no. There's been no crushes or feelings on either side at all. We haven't kissed, confessed feelings, or had crushes. It's been strictly sibling-like, and I'm saying that now because of what Mike's girlfriend has been saying. Emmy and Mike share an apartment together near campus. As we both attend college together. Around 7 months ago, Mike met his girlfriend to 1F April. Fake name now. I thought we got along okay. I've only met her a couple of times because she has anxiety. But I had no problem at all with her until recently. Besides some minor things. Sometimes she would interject when Mike would call me a sister. It wasn't always, but normally like, well, technically, you aren't siblings, which is 100% but it's how we viewed each other since we were kids. So almost a month ago, my class got canceled, so I came home early and right on the couch as Mike and April having sex. I scream, run to my room, and frantically yell at Mike via text. He apologized, said he thought I would be gone longer. I made him clean the couch. All good, right? No, April for some reason got upset and felt that her words, I did that on purpose despite it never happening before, and that it was inappropriate of me to walk in on them again. This was in the living room. Absolutely disgusting in my opinion. But I moved on because it's not a big deal. Embarrassing, but nothing crazy anyway. Mike has been stressed recently because April had been asking him to distance from me. I thought she was just embarrassed, which I'd understand. Tried being friendly and apologized. Well, last weekend, Mike sat me down and basically said that I had to move out because his girlfriend was upset with me living with him. I was floored. I got so upset. I don't think I've yelled and cried that much in my life. The basics is that he doesn't want me to, but he's pressured from his girlfriend and he really loves her. He wants to make her happy. He thinks that this shouldn't change our friendship and that he's just putting some distance between us. See, if he had asked me to move out, I'd understand, okay. Yeah, maybe you want to take your relationship to the next level, okay. But it was a demand, and not only that, he wanted to put space between our friendship. It was so fucking hurtful. I've known him for 16 years, and I'm gone for someone he's known for 7 months. I said he was choosing a short relationship over his sister, and that I don't want him to contact me if he's going to be like that. He said I was overreacting, but I called my parents and got them to pick me up literally. Thank God they don't live far away. But like, what if they did? What did he expect me to fucking do? Just sleep outside or something. Anyway, I obviously had to tell my parents. Given they had to pick me up and I was an emotional mess. I told them everything, which caused a bit of an argument. When they went to pick up some of my things. The next day, they called Mike's parents and kind of chewed them out a little. And from my understanding, they called Mike and did the same. Mike messaged me to say that he was upset I couldn't be civil. And that he feels like I am throwing away a friendship. I blocked him shortly after. I've taken some time off classes, but I'm so fucking hurt and upset. It hurts that he could just throw me away so easily. I don't think I did anything wrong telling my parents, but I think it may have crossed a line when they phoned Mike's parents. Like I said previously, our parents are really close, and it's kind of messed with their friendship. Now his parents have been really kind and apologetic, even though it's not their fault. And a part of me feels like I made this into a bigger mess. Sorry if it's a bit chaotic. I'm on phone and still a bit emotional. Also, I know I didn't have to leave. Emmy and Mike both pay an equal amount of rent for the apartment. But I didn't want to stay in a place that I wasn't wanting. It would have just made it difficult and worst case scenario. He'd leave, which would have put a financial strain on me. Edit, I read you all loud and clear. Thank you for waking my ass up. I've talked to my landlord. She said that she was uncomfortable with April because she doesn't know her. I understood, so I am moving my ass back tomorrow. I unblocked Mike and informed him. I explained that until our landlord says otherwise. I'm staying. Either he can leave and get a new place and keep paying the rent, we can end our agreement and if together. Our landlord agrees, they can start one. He replied, okay. We can talk about it tomorrow. So, we see, thank you all so much for getting me up and going. I really had no idea how serious this situation until you all let me know how stupid I was. I don't care if it's uncomfortable. I'm not wasting my money. Comment soup. Replying to a downvoted comment. Or, she is a prude and this is insane to me, yeah. It was fucking disgusting. I screamed when I saw it because it was gross. Not because they were having sex. I'm 21 years old, it's gross, because he's like a brother. Fucking on the couch I paid for in front of me. It was nasty to see. I don't care what was going on. Take it to the bedroom and again. They've been dating for 7 months. This isn't the first time they fucked. We obviously have a system. One that he didn't abide by. I'm sorry, but acting like I'm weird for being upset that they were fucking in our public space is so weird to me. I sit in that space. I use it to no reason. They couldn't take it to the bedroom. If they can't live with spontaneous sex, boo fucking they can move out. Easy and simple solution. I don't understand why I have to be uncomfortable so that they can be happy. I'm sorry. I appreciate all comments made because it gives me a better insight. But this one is so weird to me. I'm a problem because I don't want them fucking on my furniture. Okay. Update the 1st of July 26th. 2024. Thank you all for the amazing advice. I was hesitant to even upload here, but I'm really glad I did. I honestly can't believe how naive I was. And you all probably saved me a lot of trouble. So, onto the update. I came back to the apartment yesterday morning. I let Mike know beforehand and asked if April not be there. We could talk alone. Mike was quite emotional, which surprised me a little. I found out a bit more information that makes a bit more sense. Mike has been under a lot of pressure for a while now. He thought that me moving out and distancing himself would be enough to appease April, while still keeping our friendship. Obviously, he didn't expect me to take it the way I did. What other way would I take it? And he didn't expect me to leave that day. I mean, yeah, he didn't specifically say pack your shit and leave now, but saying you need to leave, and saying that he wanted distance over our 16-year relationship out of nowhere makes me feel like I couldn't have just gone to bed normally. You know, I've read everyone's comments so many times. I've drilled it into my head. So as much as it hurts, I'm keeping my distance from Mike at the moment. The fact that he never once told me wanting about him to not talk to me, and he didn't even consider my circumstances before asking me to leave. Where else could I go? It's not a definite end of our friendship, but I'm not feeling pretty positive anyway. He's apologized. He said that he missed me while I was gone, and that he knew he fucked up after he told me to leave, but that he just wanted to make April since happy. He could see a future with her. April has lost her shit, to put it mildly, and she threw up a storm in the lobby of our apartment last night. Mike refused to let her in, which understandably made her lose her shit even more. Tons of colorful words thrown about on both ends. I'm a home wrecker, a whore, a bitch, which is laughable. Anyway, she's not to be allowed into our apartment now, at least until he decides on their relationship. Mike has been pretty upset today. He wants space from April because he said that he wants to end the relationship. Very surprising, but I'm cautiously optimistic since I'm not sure how willing he'll be. We've had a bit of a heart-to-heart. Regardless of how upset and hurt I am, he's my brother. I'm trying to be a bitch like I wanted to when I moved back, but it's so fucking hard when he's all mopey and sad. I told him that if he continues seeing her, I'm putting some distance between us respectfully to avoid this happening again. He said he doesn't want that. I talked with my landlord before moving back. She didn't want April moving in as she doesn't know her. She was a bit upset that this situation was happening. She didn't want drama, which I understand. I moved back and I've discussed the lease with Mike. We renew in September. Or that was the plan. So now we're deciding on how to go ahead. I feel like it'll be best for me to get my own place. Maybe this was long overdue, to be honest. Mike is saying that he wants us to continue being roommates next year. We're discussing this at the moment. It's not really a super dramatic update, but at least the leasing issue has been solved. I'm not being kicked out or leaving until our lease is done. April isn't coming over for the foreseeable future. Only issue right now is my relationship with Mike. It's very awkward in the apartment. You can tell something's changed. He's been trying to be friendly like we were before all of this, and he's apologized a lot, which I appreciate, but I'm finding it a bit difficult to move on and go back to normal. I'm not being a bitch or mean, just slightly distant anyway. That's the update. I really want to thank you all for making me realize how serious this could be. I honestly had no idea that you couldn't just switch which who was renting. So embarrassing. Also, to that one woman in my spam messaging me, you're insane. I don't know who hurt you, but get a life, please. This isn't even that serious. Comments Chris Eve 65. Mike needs to learn to drop anyone who tries to come between a healthy familial relationship. As a mom, I like you two being roommates because you're less likely to have trouble with aggressive I'm a girl mom and think of these things for Mike. It's a great way to judge as the woman he is citing. Honestly, that was one of the main reasons why we started college. Mike and my family was worried about me having a place to myself. Parents wanted me to keep an eye on him. Roadkill for snacks. Did Mike break down and explain how he changed from seeing a future to wants to end the relationship? Understanding his reasoning process may help to rebuild and demonstrate maturing of Mike. Was it the tantrum damage to the friendship? Damage to the relationship with his parents and your parents? If he was older and wiser. I think the insecurity of April The inability to communicate, negotiate, and resolve conflict would be relationship red flags. He said that it was the few days that I was gone and had him blocked. Let it put into perspective how much he missed me, and that he imagined the next 30 years of his life. I'm not entirely sure. Even I was surprised by the switch up, because even I thought that there would be drama between us. When I came back, Wyoop and Mike aren't together, because me and Mike don't view each other like that. It's really just that simple. I see a lot of people asking the same thing. At the very least, he's like a step sibling. At most a brother to me. Nothing has happened between either of us, and it never will. It's so confusing why some people aren't getting that. No, as far as I know, it hasn't. Although there's only been to other relationships before they both ended on pretty good terms, and none of them. With me, I can maybe see our relationship being taken the wrong way, as we are affectionate, but again, siblings. If I had a brother or sister, it's the same type of affection I'd show them. Now on to the next story 2. Girl asked me to spot her in gym, but I said no, because she was filming. Turns out she's been calling me her gym crush online for months. And my wife found out. Hello everyone. I 41 a.m. go to the gym early morning around 5 a.m. There are generally very few people that come to the gym at that time. There is a girl early 20s that also comes to the gym at the same time. We always say hello to each other and have a small talk between our sets. She comes in early because the gym is empty. She likes to record herself working out, as she wants to be a fitness influencer or something. She seems dedicated, and we know each other for at least a year. Today morning, as I was working out, she came to me and asked for help. She was very excited and told me that she wanted to go for a PR on barbell squat. She asked me if I could spot her. She was not confident if she would be able to do it. I said okay, as this is not the most uncommon thing for people who are unfamiliar. This is an exercise where you carry a barbell with weights on your back and perform a squat. The spotter has to stand behind the person and in case they fail to get up. As she was getting ready, I saw her phone in the corner and asked her if I can be off camera. She can stop recording. She said she really wanted to record herself doing it, and I will look good on camera. I told her that I really do not want to be on camera, as my wife or coworkers may watch the video if she posts it online, and may not look good for me. Another reason that I did not tell her was that she was wearing a very revealing outfit, small sports bra and tight shorts, and I really did not feel comfortable being standing behind her. She promised me that she will record it for herself and not post the video. However, I just did not want to be recorded. I told her that I really feel uncomfortable, and if she waits for 30 minutes, one of the trainers may be able to help her. She became really upset and asked me why I am making the situation weird. She accused me of sexualizing her. She asked me if she was a man. Would I have done it? I felt she had a point, as I have done it for other people. I told her that I would be okay doing it, but I just don't want to be recorded doing it. She again went on a rant about me body shaming and me being uncomfortable with her perfectly fine outfit. I felt bad that I upset her. She was just trying to work out. I have also asked people to spot me in class, and people always. However, I just did not want to be recorded. Am I the other refused to spot her because she was recorded? I don't want her to feel that it was because of her clothes, or because she is a girl. However, as a married man, I need to observe some boundaries and really don't want to be recorded. The girl hacked my age. I am also worried that she recorded our whole conversation and may post it online. I do not know what I should do in this situation, and I'm a bit worried. The 1st of July 19th, I had posted on a different forum 3 weeks ago about me refusing to help a girl in the spotting her barbell squat because she was recording us. I did not think it will blow up so much that my wife got this story. What happened after was pretty unexpected. And my life is a bit absurd right now. I was worried that she would post our conversation about refusing her help online and show me as the bad guy. I told my wife about the conversation, and she said that she has seen posts where young girls massive voiceovers and make men my age look like creeps. My wife told me that I should just complain to the gym for recording me without my consent to get ahead of things. When I went to the gym next week, I saw her again. I tried to keep my distance, but she kept on smiling. As I finished my set, she came to me and asked me if we could talk. She wanted to apologize for her behavior and how it was wrong of her to assume that I would be recording me. It was a pleasant surprise, as I was not expecting that. I told her that it was okay, and I just don't like to be recorded in general. She followed me outside and continued the conversation. She asked me how long I've been working out. I could advise her on her form. I told her that there are some personal trainers I could recommend to her, but she told me that she is unemployed and cannot afford them. She will buy me a coffee if I can give her some points. At this point, I felt I was just being rude and told her. We went to a nearby coffee shop. shop. Her name is Haley. She graduated last year, moved back to her mom's house, and is looking for a job. She was very chubby last year and wants to look like the fitness and is trying hard to get in shape. We had a nice conversation and I was able to help her with some of her questions. She already knew mine and asked me if my wife would be okay if she follows me. I told her that the main purpose of that account is spying on my friend's life, so I generally don't use it. She asked me if I use Snapchat, and I had to remind her that I'm twice her. This is where it got crazy. When I came home, I told my wife about what happened. My wife loved the reel and wanted to see if she ever posted the video. I only knew that her first name was Haley and told my wife about it. When I came back from work in the evening, my wife was already home and sitting on the sofa. She was grinning ear to ear and told me to immediately sit next to her. Apparently this girl had been posing about and calling me her gym crush for the last 2 months. My face is blurred out in all the videos. A lot of videos of her sitting in her car and making up completely romantic stories about our interaction. Each video had like 100, which my wife says is not a lot, but feels like a lot. She had posted some videos of us just passing each other or our conversation, where I was telling her to stop recording with voice about how I approached her in the gym and complimented. There was a video from that morning about her coming while I was packing up with her, saying how I asked her out for a coffee. She is just making up fictional romantic bullshit for people were commenting and sharing for her. There were also other videos of me working and posing in the gym locker room. My wife was laughing uncontrollably about how big and how I am internet famous. I told her this needs to stop, but my wife insisted that she is to invest it in and wants to see what happens next. She said that this girl is really just trying to establish herself and get more followers. Plus, she has not done anything inappropriate and is not showing my face in the video. My wife just wants me to play along and see what crazy Haley for the last 2 weeks. I've been going to the gym, talking to her every day. My wife keeps me updated on not stories she came up with. We go for a coffee every Wednesday, and I am mentoring her about nutrition and what she should focus on. To the best of my abilities. It's all a game for my wife, and I do want Haley to succeed as long as she does not cross a line. However, the whole thing feels really crazy, and I am too old to deal with this shit. I am not sure how long I can keep up with the act. Her behavior seems innocent, but also I'm getting a bit uncomfortable with the whole thing. Comments, did the girl know OOP is married? OOP, yes. She knows I'm married. I wear my ring in the gym. And also, I talk about my wife all the time. It's a bit weird for a 22-year-old person to make up. My wife feels she is just using me as an NPC to gain more viewers and create drama. We discussed about it, and she told me how some girls just make up stories about as it gets them a lot of views. My wife feels it's weird, but I need to see the humor in this situation. At least it's entertaining, and she wants to know where her story goes next. Update the 2nd of July 31st. 2024. Hey guys, I wrote a post 2 days ago regarding a Haley, a girl at my gym asking me to spot me refusing to do it because she was recording me. The post blew up and I wrote an update where I told she found out that Haley was just making up about me being her gym crush. My wife loved her drama and asked me to continue as she found Haley's posts harmless and very amusing. Those posts blew up in the last week have been crazy. There were few people who did dramatic readings of my posts and millions of people saw it. One of them being my wife. I thought I was just venting here in anonymity about Haley and my on Saturday morning, my wife came to me and asked me if I posted my asked her how she knows, because she never used it. She showed me some person doing a dramatic reading of a story. She was just giddy and asked me if it was really me. I told her yes, and she just lost it. She was just laughing at how I was being so talking dramatic. About a very funny situation. Moreover, most of the commenters were cheering my wife, and I have never seen my wife being so happy since we had wedding. A bunch of my friends invited for barbecue party, and my wife that was also telling me about my post, and everyone was making fun of Haley's posts and teasing. My friends even enacted what spotting a barbell squat for their wives and what happens when the person squatting. I really started feeling bad for Haley, as everyone was just making fun of her and her videos. I felt that we had taken things too far, and she did not deserve this kind of ridicule. I told my wife that I'm going to tell Haley that we know the next time we meet, as I feel we are. At this point, being me, my wife again started grinning and showed me the comments. Apparently, a lot of people had already started and found a bunch of Haley posting about my Haley was one of them. Haley had not responded to any of it, but it promptly deleted all her recent videos. I was horrified, as a lot of people were accusing her of being a home and to stay away from married men. I felt so embarrassed that I just felt like I wanted to bury my face and disappear. All I wanted was quick feedback. I never meant for all this to happen. happened. As days went on, more and more people viewed the video, and Haley was still getting a lot of comments. My wife told me last that almost 5 million people saw those videos. I really did not want to face Haley and could not get myself to go to the gym for the last 2 days. Yesterday evening, Haley messaged me and asked me if I still plan to have coffee with her. And my wife told me to just talk to her. Also might also be feeling bad. My wife felt Haley was just doing childish because she is a child, and I should apologize to her for causing her all the stress. I went to the gym today, and to say that things were awkward between us was an understatement. After my workout was done, Haley and I walked to a coffee shop nearby and had a Before I could apologize to her, she started profusely apologizing to me for posting about me. She said that she was just having fun, and it was like a joke between all her friends. She told me that only her friends and family and she was just making up fun stories to entertain. She didn't mean for it to blow up and for so many people to see. She told me that she woke up and suddenly her had hundreds of likes and messages. She was confused and checked, and everyone was commenting on her calling video, her a home wrecker and crazy Haley. She realized that I had posted a story and immediately felt embarrassed because she learned that my wife and I knew about her posting stuff about me. She deleted all her recent videos, but people seem to be still finding somehow in messaging her on her older posts. Also, her friend's message saw what was happening, and she had to explain to her mom that she was not dating a married man. I also apologized to her and told her I did not know and was just worried. I offended her when I did not spot her the other day. She was surprised that I did not know, as it seems to be fairly common. I told her that my wife found her content, and so she asked me not to tell. My wife felt she was talented and so worked hard on her fitness to be an influencer. At the end, we just laughed about the situation. She told me that she always wanted me to be internet and enjoyed her 15 minutes of fame. Seems that things are back to normal. In the comments, she will find another gym and we will continue being friends. Finally, I just wanted to ask everyone to not go and find Haley. Please do not harass any Haleys on the internet. I am not going to disclose who the real one. So just stop harassing all Haleys. They are not home wreckers and just young kids.